Welcome back, Dogueros, to Dogo Verdadero Podcast, the podcast dedicated to the preservation of the true, authentic form of the Dogo Argentino dog. We're back today with part 5 of our Dogo Roundtable. Today we'll be interviewing an enthusiast who is what many would call a pet owner, but he's much more if you ask me. He's able to hunt his dogs, show his dogs, and bring them home at night and keep them at home. I think it's going to be a great episode that allows all of us to relate and some great information. So please take a second, give us a like, a share, a subscribe, help us get into that algorithm. And without further ado, here we go. To introduce Edgardo, I met Edgardo a couple years ago at a Dogo event. It was the first time I've ever been to an event. It was so cool seeing Dogos everywhere. Edgardo was really impressive. I've seen him a lot on Facebook. Some of his experiences that he's had with his dogs. I'm really impressed with his dogs. So I think his perspective is really a good one because he is what you would call a enthusiast or a pet home, but he has some very high quality dogs. It's not just dogs that he picked up from anywhere. And his dogs, all the dogs that I've seen him have, I think I've seen 3 so far, have been able to do what they were supposed to do, both in the show ring and in the field. And as far as I know, Edgardo doesn't live on 1,000 acres. He doesn't have hogs in his backyard. So Edgardo, if you introduce yourself a little bit and just tell us about your experiences with your Dogos and what do you think about the topic we've talked about so far?
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm an enthusiast of the breed. I love this breed. I got my first doggo in 2019, late 2019, right before COVID. And I did my research. I took me 3 years to like reading, talking to people. And I finally, pulled the trigger and shipped the doggo from Argentina. And a little bit of luck too. I got lucky. And that dog opened the doors to so many people and networking. I did my research, and I got a doggo because I wanted to go hunting hogs. That was the main reason why I wanted a doggo. Hunting hogs is like the ultimate prey. It's not a deer. You chase a motherfucker. And yeah, it's these dogs are not for everyone. I had a German Shepherd prior to him from European line, and he was a good dog, but the dog was a little different. So as a pet owner, I had to seek help from a trainer. And it was a good guidance, open the eyes to, these dogs are different. And that helped me. Yeah, I've been hunting, I've been to shows, and I encourage everyone to do both. If you have a good doggo, do both. The dog is one. It takes time, it takes money. I did my first drive from California to Texas just to see what I had. I wanted to see if my doggo was a doggo, not a white dog. So I did it a couple times, and that opened more doors. Now I have friends in nearby that I can go hunting with, and I'm really glad that I did what I did. Like seeing the doggo on the field, that's where the doggo is. That's the essence of the doggo. It's great to see. I'm sorry?
I said they're very majestic to see out there working.
Yeah, and once you read the standard and you just keep on reading it, and once you put the dog on the field, you're gonna see the standard unfold before your eyes. I encourage everyone to educate yourself on the breed, read the standard over and over again, do some networking, talk to people, and seek some help. Seek like mentorship, especially from hunters. Those are the dogmen out there. Those are the people that are going to talk to you about the dog behavior, how the dog behaves and how they react. And if you don't have access to a hunter, seek help from a dog trainer. Do your research, about dog trainers too.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. And that's something really isn't touched on a lot with the pet owners is the training. It's not a dog that the person who's cool with dogs, but not necessarily a dog person, is going to just intuitively know how to control, especially intact male. I noticed that you had your male, he's intact. He lives inside of the home with you. You had a smaller dog at one time. Um, can you talk to that aspect of, or two smaller dogs? Yeah, can you talk to that? I mean, I know that your dog is a very well behaved guy, but were there ever any glitches? Were there stumbles that you had to go through to make sure that that was okay? Because I'm sure other people live in homes with multiple dogs and they wonder if that's a safe thing to do.
Yeah, I I mean the dog when I got the doggo, he came into I had two Dachshunds, two winter dogs, and he
Oh,
grew
they're
up
tough.
and and the dog is a pack dog, so it was like it was natural to him. He grew up with the family. That was his pack. Um, they can be so aggression with different males if they come from outside, depending on what dog comes around. But my dog is pretty friendly sometimes. Just also who's in charge of at the home. Like if you don't give that dog a task, or you need to show who's the boss at home, especially with males. I heard some
That's
horror
a
stuff.
big part. They need to
Yeah,
always know that somebody's there to kick their ass.
yeah. My dog knows. Like if he does something bad, I'm gonna beat his ass
Yep.
in a good way.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
mean, I raise my dogs with love. I don't beat them
Yes.
up or do anything stupid to them. No, my dogs are raised with love, and just in a structured home. You know,
It's a
I'm in
two-way
charge.
street of
Family is
respect.
in charge.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I agree. Well, I wanted to throw it over to Shree unless you had anything else you wanted to add in here about. Okay, actually, I would like to ask you, uh, just in closing for your part, what would you say moving forward with this breed from a perspective of an enthusiast dog owner? What do you think we can do to just continue moving forward from the dog owner standpoint? Someone who may live in a city area, but they're very committed. They have the time, they have the money, but they want to know how could they be successful in a similar setting like yourself.
Um, One thing is educate yourself about the breed. Seek help from a dog trainer. Seek help from a dog hunter. If you really want to put your dog on the field, like I encourage that. Just um, ask the right people. There's plenty of hunters out there that are willing to help. You just need to knock on some doors.
I agree. I agree. So take that ego away and don't be afraid to talk to people. I definitely agree. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Please drop a like, a share, a subscribe. Please stay tuned because our next episode will be our finale to the Dogo Roundtable, where we'll talk to the organizer of the Doguero Pachanga. You won't want to miss this. Peace.